Hey, welcome to part two. We decided to break this into chapters. So in the first chapter, we looked at the game builder and we looked at the settings. So the basic and advanced settings. Now we're looking at the challenges tab. So on the right here, again, we're in the game builder at app.socialscavenger.com, and over on the left, that's just my iPhone. Over there, I've logged into Social Scavenger. I've downloaded the app Social Scavenger. I've logged into the app and I've found the game, sample game, Try Me. So if you want to try this yourself, just download Social Scavenger on iOS or Android, and after you log in, you'll see the sample game available to join. Just hop into it. So let's look at the different things we can do with challenges. First off, from a user's perspective, over there on the left, they can click on challenges. This is where their game lives. They can see their name at the top. So this is Team Friendly Bunch, and they've done 8% of the challenges. So I can see the list of available challenges here. I can scroll through it. I can click on the completed list and see any challenges that have been done. And then I could quickly search if I wanted to reference a challenge I knew was in the list somewhere, or a term I'd seen. So once I do challenges, they fill up the live stream. So challenges go into the live stream. I can scroll through, see what different people are doing. I can click on the leaderboard and I can see again how I'm doing at the very top, 20 points, one challenge, and there's a bunch of other teams. Again, this is just a sample game, but you can scroll through and see how people are doing. And then rewards and clues. If we're associated rewards and clues with anything, I can click in there. I can see any rewards I've earned to date. Any badges or anything associated with your game. I also have switch games if I'm looking to join another game, and help. So let's look at what we can do with the actual challenges. So over here, pardon my phone there, let's not tilt it. If you tilt your phone sideways, you can see a map view of everything. That's what you got to experience there. So the first challenge here is Space Shot. We're just going to click Edit. We could add a new challenge. That's how you're going to do it. You're going to click Add New Challenge, and we're going to fill out all these fields because we've got a bunch filled in. We're just going to look at the data we've actually used to fill in. So we're not going to create that new one. So what we've done here is we've given it a title called Space Shot. So you see the title shows up over here in red with Space Shot, and then we've done a description of what we want people to do. So over on the left, again, they can see the first bit of the challenge description, and then the user has to click in to see the rest of it. I've chosen a sticker photo challenge, which we'll look at in a second. I've then said it's worth 10 points, which you can see over there on the iPhone on the top right. And I have set a location. I've set the location at 702 King Street West in Toronto. So again, on the iPhone, you can see in the bottom left, there's something that says check map. So we're going to go through how to create each different type of challenge one by one, so everything's clear. So again, title, description, icon. You load up, click on it, load up whatever icon you want to load up, make sure it's square, and make sure it's not huge. So ideally a JPEG that's maybe 100 by 100. So first red tab down here says what type of challenge do I want this to be. This particular one is a sticker photo. My options are photo. You all know what a photo is. I can do a selfie or a regular photo. A video. Videos are capped at 30 seconds, so you should tell users that right in the description of what you're telling them to do. Of course, the app will cut it off after 30 seconds and they'll have to trim it, but it's nice to know that in advance. And in fact, we recommend you tell people to keep their videos to 10 seconds at max, because otherwise you're getting into the boring zone. Trivia. We'll look specifically at how trivia challenges are set up. First we'll look though at sticker photo, and then we've got text. Text is simply someone submits a text answer. So unlike trivia, there's no right or wrong answer. So you might say, hey, we'd love an idea on blank, or feedback for this, and then people can just write whatever they want, or a poem. And then we'll look at QR codes as well in more detail. So let's look at stickers because we're right here. So how stickers work is, there's the sticker. I've chosen complete by sticker, and now the builder is saying, okay, load up a file. So I've loaded up a file of a space helmet. It's a transparent PNG. It's on a canvas 645 by 860. If this doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry. We have a lot of stickers available. We can make you stickers. If you have designers, or you are a designer, or you can use Photoshop in a basic way, you can make your own stickers. And we've got resources on how to make stickers as well. But the idea is someone can interact with that sticker. So what happens is when they go in, see, this one's already been completed. So they go in, they go to complete the challenge, and then what happens is it pulls up a sticker. So there's our space helmet sticker. The person can shrink it and move it. They can select a photo from their camera roll, and then when they take the photo, it puts the two together. So now I've interacted with that sticker. There it is, perfect. I could enter a caption. I'm not going to, because I'm not going to submit that photo. We just submitted one. So if we go look at the live stream, you can see a sticker photo right there of the space shot. So there's the helmet on a face. Bam. So you can do anything with that. You can do all kinds of fun things, hats, mustaches, wacky eyes, or you can do things way more creative. You can cut people out, places, famous things, sayings, really whatever you can think of. So that's what a sticker challenge is. When it comes to a trivia challenge, let's just scroll down to this next one. So this next one, brain teaser, I can see the question is saying you may encounter a series of brain teasers, et cetera, et cetera. It's saying what expression goes with this image. So we've put in a brain teaser that's not easy to Google, and how we've done it is we've gone in again, first tab says complete by, and we've chosen trivia. Now the system's going to say to you, okay, what answers are acceptable? And we're going to say last but not least, and maybe last not least. That's not really an expression, but we're feeling generous, so we're going to say either of those answers are correct. You can keep putting in commas and more answers that are acceptable. It's up to you. So right now, those are the only two answers that are acceptable. When I go to points, it's a little bit different. So points here basically says how many points does a user get for submitting their answer on the first try. So 20. Now that could be it. I could say, no, you only get one chance. You get it right or you get it wrong, and it's 20 points. But what we've said here is, you know what? We're going to give them a second guess where they get 10 points, and we're going to give them a third guess where they get 5 points. So now when you go into the challenge on the iPhone, you can see it says 20 points in the top right. You can see it says you have 3 chances on the bottom left. So the user can go in and they say last, which is wrong. Incorrect, try again, and now it tells me in the top right I've got 10 points I'm going to get for this, and it says I have 2 chances left. So I can keep going, keep guessing it wrong, or I could get it right. So last but, spelled that wrong, which of course would show up wrong. Last but not least and correct. The challenge moves out of my available list, moves into my completed list, my percentage is updated, and away I go. So there's multiple ways you can do trivia. You can do it like that. The other way you could set it up was how we set up this one, where you make it more like a multiple choice. So you can see over in the left, we're saying what's the official nickname of New York City, and now all the user has to do is go in and click C. But down here you can see it says you have unlimited chances. So to make unlimited chances happen, what we've done in this points section is we've filled out all the values. So 10 points for the first guess, 5 points for the second guess, and then 1, 1, 1, and then we filled out this very last one that says default points if correct on unlimited guessing. This means they can guess forever, and if they eventually get it right, they get 1 point. You might want to do this if it's an educational game and you actually need them to get the answer right. It's totally up to you. But they can go in, they can type in C very quickly and easily. Boom, I got that question right. So great. We're going to move on from trivia. So we've seen trivia now, we've seen sticker, text we talked about, don't really need to explain that probably, and then QR code. So if we go down to a QR code challenge we've created, what happens here is when we select the type of challenge QR code, what happens is we then provide you the QR code. So we say, okay, here's the QR code, you're going to need to complete this challenge. What you then do is you can download it to your computer, and there it is. Now I can print this out. I could hide it on a person, hide it on a place. I could have it on the web somewhere, what have you, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is a user on their phone on the left, you're going to say, hey, you need to track down this QR code, and you're going to give them hints on how to find it. But when they go to complete, their phone turns into QR code reader. So they just mouse over it and boom. Well, I guess you don't call it mouse over it. They just hold the camera over it, it scans it, and it's completed. So it was as simple as that. When I go to completed, I can see the QR code challenge is now done. So it's not a QR code in terms of sending someone to a website. We can give people links and send them to websites. It's really proving they are here. They found this thing. So you can use it for all kinds of location opportunities. So booths, vendors, stores, actors, hidden things, what have you. So that's what a QR code is. So those are your 6 challenge types. So we have a challenge, we pick what challenge type, we assign it points, however many points we want to give for that particular challenge. We know that trivia works slightly differently because in trivia we can give multiple guesses. In this case, I'm going to give someone 10 points for doing the space shot. If they go into the completed section, they can actually do the space shot again. It's not going to stop them from doing it again, but they're not going to get more points. So if they really feel like doing another space shot and playing around with the sticker, go for it. We don't want to discourage people submitting content, but we're also not rewarding them with those points. If they go into a trivia and try to do it again, it'll say, you already did this trivia, you're out of luck, and it'll kick them out of there. So that's how the points work. When it comes to date restrictions, what you can do here is, say we were doing a 2-day game. I mean, it could be a 2-month game, but let's say a 2-day game. We've got challenges on Saturday and on Sunday. I could pick days and times where this challenge would be visible. So I only want this challenge visible Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. because that's when we're going to be going by the Space Center. So this challenge will show up during these dates you've selected, and when it's not in that time zone, the challenge will disappear. So users can only do it during that allotted time. When it comes to a location, what I can do is I can set a location to a challenge. In this case, we've said 702 King Street West. When a user goes in, on the bottom left, they have this button that says check map. So they can see, oh, okay, there's where I'm supposed to get to this. They can open it, clicking on the bottom in a Maps application. They can scroll around and do what you can normally do. So that's just saying we're giving you a tip. This is where you need to get to. If you have a whole game set with all locations, user can go in and look at a map view and just see all the places they need to go in that day. So that's one good thing you can do with GPS. Now, what you can do with this location as well is you can actually lock a challenge to a location. So over on the left, I'm going to scroll down until I find a challenge that's locked to a location, and there it is. It's called GPS Unlock, baby. So it says unlocked by visiting a location 1,042 meters from my position, and when I click on it, it shows me where I am, and it shows me where I need to get to do that challenge. So in order to set that, all we do is we put in our location, and then we go to this next button, locked, and we would say lock by location. Once we lock it by location, it's going to have the same feature as what you see here. To see that, we could just scroll down to this challenge, which is locked, and we can see it has a location, and it is locked to that location. So really simple to set up, and it means someone has to be there, and GPS has to detect them. It'll lock within 50 meters. If you're doing a white label with us, we can switch around that distance if you want. So that's how the locking to a location works. You can also lock challenges to other challenges. So in here, we actually did the challenge that was locked to another challenge. So let's set up a new one. So let's say we don't want people to be able to do the video killed challenge until they do that freedom jump. So we just go into the video killed challenge and we say, you know what, we're going to lock this challenge to another challenge. So we say lock to challenge. It's going to pull up all the lists of challenges, and I'm going to say this one's locked to the freedom jump. So I'm going to save that, and what's going to happen is the system's now going to say, we've refreshed the screen, now you can see it says unlocked by completing freedom jump. So you can't do this challenge. If you try to click on that top challenge, nothing happens. I click on freedom jump. I'm just going to take a photo here of this lovely painting, Havana, and I'm going to submit that, and what we're going to see is the video killed challenge, boom, it unlocks once I've submitted it. So that's how it works. Very simple, very fun. You can lock one-to-one or one-to-many. So what that means is I might want to say, hey, once someone scanned this QR code it's going to unlock 6 challenges because I know they're in a certain region or I know they found a certain thing. So I could go in and I could lock a whole bunch of challenges to this Find Pepper QR code challenge. So you can lock one-to-one, one-to-many. It's totally up to you how you want to do it, again, or not do it. These are all optional features. There's also lock in here to iBeacon. I'm not going to go through that. There's a whole separate thing on beacons. Beacons are physical hardware. So you're locking a challenge to an actual piece of hardware that you would have with you. And that hardware uses Bluetooth technology and the app tries to detect it based on range, etc. Like if you had, a Bluetooth speaker at home, things like that. It's using that same technology, so not GPS. This second last button here, answers are not hidden by default. So that means the answers show up in the live stream. So when we click on the live stream, we can see, the freedom jump got submitted, but there's some things saying trivia answer correct, trivia answer correct, trivia answer wrong. Do I want all those things showing up in my live stream, or do I just want photos and videos and fun stuff? It's up to you, but if I switch hide, it's on a challenge by challenge basis. So I can hide challenges or show challenges in the live stream just by toggling this show hide. And then finally, you've got rewards. So if I want to give people a reward or a badge for this challenge, that reward could be, a coupon, it could be a badge, it could be a clue, enabling people to figure out a challenge later in the game. This one we've called it the Smoking Spaceman. We've given it a description, and then we've loaded up an image just by clicking on it, selecting a file, and uploading. And when someone completes this space shot image, what happens is over in the rewards and clues section, we can see, hey, there it is, I earned the Smoking Spaceman, and I can click in it, and I can see the title, and I can see the description we put in the bottom, you're so hot, you're smoking, and I can see the big image there. So again, that can be used for all kinds of different creative reasons. So that's your basic run through the challenges section here. There's obviously lots of nuances, lots of ways you can set this up. At the most basic level though, just to quickly set up a game, all you're doing is adding a challenge, giving it a title, a description, saying it's a photo challenge and it's worth 20 points. Hit save and done. You've created a challenge. It's going to show up in your game. So that's it on creating challenges. If you have any questions, obviously get in touch directly. Shoot us an email at info@socialscavenger.com and we will help you get your challenges set up properly. Okay, we're moving on to the team section.